morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss about class 9th science subject, and the chapter which we are going to discuss about is the fundamental unit of life, that is cell. We all know cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life, and it is also known as the building block of life. Cells may be compared to bricks and their assembly is similar to them. They assemble together to make tissues, which is known as a group of cells. Then those tissues combine together to form organs. Organs join together to form organ systems, and then organ systems, they work together and join together to form the whole organism. Today we will talk about this basic structural unit of life, that is cell. Cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665, and he observed the cell under the slice of cork, and he used a simple microscope. He found that there are honeycomb-like structures, and these are looking like small compartments which he named cells. In 1674, Anton von Leeuwenhoek, a Dutch scientist, discovered freely moving cells, and he also observed these things under the improvised microscope. A cell theory was given by Sheldon and Chivon, and according to their cell theory, the main points were all living organisms are composed of cells and they are formed of cells only. Also, the second point of the theory was the cells arise from the pre-existing cells and they multiply to give rise to new cells. This theory was further modified by Virchow, and he added few more points in this particular theory. Now, as you can see in this picture, it is a detailed structure of cell, and there are certain labelings in the cell which are showing the various organelles of the cells. As we all have different organs in our body like heart, liver, stomach, intestines, kidneys, pancreas, etc. Same way, a small cell is having number of cell organelles, and these organelles are also having their own importance and they perform different functions inside a cell. There is also division of labor inside the cells. Now let us talk about these cell organelles in detail. A cell has both living and non-living parts. Means, as we have living and non-living beings, same way cell have living and non-living parts also. The living parts of the cells that have a definite shape, structure and functions are called cell organelles. And these are cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, Golgi apparatus, vacuole, lysosomes, ribosomes, centrosomes, plastids, mitochondria and endoplasmic reticulum. So here is a list. I am repeating once again. Various cell organelles: cell membrane, which is the outer structure of cell; cytoplasm, which is the jelly-like material; nucleus, which is a central dark body; Golgi apparatus, vacuole, lysosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, centrosomes, plastids and mitochondria. Now we will explain about these in detail one by one. First part of the cell is the cell membrane, which is also called the plasma membrane, and it is the outer covering of the cell. As we have skin over our body, same way it is the outer covering of the cell. made up of plastids and lipids, and it is also having certain protein molecules embedded in it. It is a thin, delicate, elastic and selectively permeable membrane which allows the entry of very selective materials inside and outside the cell. Its main function is to regulate the passage of materials into and out of the cell, and it also controls the exit and entrance of salts and water and throw away the waste from the cell. It also helps in maintaining the proper composition of the cell and providing it a defined structure. Next part of the cell is cytoplasm. It is a jelly-like fluid material that fill up the cell between the cell membrane and the nucleus. Means as we have blood and plasma in our body, it is the jelly-like material which is filling the cell as a whole. What is the function of cytoplasm? It contains all the cell organelles in it, and its function is to take place in various metabolic processes taking part inside the cell. It produces all the carbohydrates and proteins inside the cell, and it also helps in the breakdown processes by facilitating the reactions inside the cell. It also recycles unwanted proteins and other chemicals into useful materials inside the cells. In short, it helps in carrying out various biochemical reactions of the cell. Now, next organelle of the cell is nucleus. It is considered to be the brain of the cell. Means it governs the cell and helps in carrying out various functions inside the cell. It is an important component of the living cell, and it is generally spherical in its shape and located in the center of the cell. It is separated from the cytoplasm by a nuclear membrane, and it allows the movement of various materials between the cytoplasm and nucleus through its nuclear membrane, which is also selectively permeable. It is the chief controlling center of the cells, and it contains chromosomes which carry the genes which are responsible for transmission of hereditary characters from parent generation to their offsprings. It also controls the metabolic activities and other activities of the cell. In short, it is brain as well as heart of the cell and the main controller of the cell activities. Next organelle of the cell is vacuole. Vacuole is a fluid-filled space which is enclosed in a membrane. As you can see in this diagram, it is labeled, and this vacuole is found in plant cells as well as animal cells. In plant cells, there is a one single large vacuole which covers up to 80% of the cell of the plant, and in animal cell, there are small different vacuoles or number of vacuoles are present. These are actually the cell sap structures filled with watery fluid, and they help in osmoregulation process. Means they help to maintain the osmotic pressure inside a cell. They also helps in storing the food material as well as storing the waste material which is generated inside the cell. This is the main function of a vacuole. Next organelle is Golgi apparatus. As you can see in this picture, this is a Golgi apparatus, and it is made of tubules, vesicles and vacuoles. What are the functions of Golgi apparatus? Can anyone tell? Let me explain. This structure was discovered by Camillo Golgi in 1898, and after his name it is known as Golgi apparatus. It is a complete apparatus and it consists of fluid-filled vesicles. It consists of its own vacuoles and closed sac-like structures which are known as cisternae, and they are piled together in rows above one another. The main function of Golgi apparatus is packaging of materials synthesized in the cells and their dispatch across the plasma membrane. Means it is the packaging and dispatching unit of the cell, and it also involves in the formation of lysosomes and peroxisomes, which are the secretory organs of the cells. So, next organelle of the cell is our mitochondria, which is also called as the powerhouse of the cell because it generates energy molecules, that is ATP molecules. As you can see in this diagram, the shape and structure of mitochondria is explained and given to you. And the important thing about mitochondria is they are tiny spherical bodies with their own mitochondrial membrane as well as their individual separate DNA molecules embedded in it. Each mitochondrion is a double membrane structure and it is having certain smooth and plain surfaces, whereas inner surface of the mitochondrion is folded and coiled. The mitochondria are absent in bacteria and red blood cells of man. This is a point to remember that bacteria and red blood cells do not contain mitochondria. The main function of mitochondria is to catalyze biochemical reactions which are involved in respiration process and generation and release of ATP molecules, that is adenosine triphosphate molecules, which are also known as energy currencies of the cell. And due to this function, it is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Next cell organelle is endoplasmic reticulum. It is a network of tubules, means tube-like structures, and it is involved in synthesis and transport of cell products. This particular structure is of two types, means endoplasmic reticulum have two types. First is rough endoplasmic reticulum and second is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. As you can understand by the name, rough means its appearance will be non-smoother or rough, and smooth means it will be plain. What is the main difference between rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum? If you can see in this picture, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is just a network of tubules attached to one another, but there are no dot-like structures shown over here. And on rough endoplasmic reticulum, you can see these dot-like structures which are appearing like humps over the surface. These dot-like structures are known as ribosomes. What is the function of ribosomes? That we will discuss later. Firstly, we will discuss about the main function of these two types of endoplasmic reticulum. They help in giving mechanical support to the cells. Mechanical support means the support which our skeletal system gives to our body. Same way they give us support to the structure of the cell. Secondly, they help in synthesis of proteins and lipids. So, the proteins and lipids produced are synthesized by endoplasmic reticulum. Also, they serve as transport channels for materials to pass through. Means, from one part of the cell, if a material has to be transported to other part, it is transported through endoplasmic reticulum. Next is our lysosomes, which are also known as the suicide bag of the cell. This name is very important to remember because lysosomes are the structures which are bag-like structures or sac-like structures, as you can see in this picture, and they are found distributed inside the cytoplasm and their shapes may vary. They are also having their outer membrane which is filled with digestive enzymes, means they have certain digestive enzymes specific to them, and these can digest all types of organic matter if get burst. Main function of lysosomes is to keep the cell disinfected or protect the cell from any kind of foreign material or foreign particle entering the cell. They are also a kind of garbage disposal system of the cell and keeps the cell clean by eating out the foreign materials or by eating out the damaged cell organelles and dead cells. That is why they are known as suicidal bags. And this process of digesting the cell material is known as autolysis. Next cell organelle is ribosomes. We have discussed about them in the endoplasmic reticulum. So what are ribosomes? These are tiny non-membranous, means membraneless organelles which are present in the cytoplasm of cells, and these are attached over the rough endoplasmic reticulum like the granules attached over the surface. These also contain RNA and proteins, means they have their own RNA and proteins. Their main function is the synthesis of proteins inside the cells, means the proteins which are synthesized by the endoplasmic reticulum, their synthesis is facilitated and takes place inside the ribosomes. Next cell organelle is plastids. These are the special cell structures found inside the animals, plant cells only, and they are absent in the animal cells. These contains the colored pigments which give the color to the leaves and flowers of the cell. These are of various types which contains leucoplast, chromoplast and chloroplast. And the chloroplast of plastids give the green colored pigment chlorophyll which helps in the photosynthesis process. Their main function is to trap sunlight and use it for the photosynthesis process. Since they help in the food preparation of the cell inside the plant cell, they are also known as the food factories of the plant cells. Next, we will talk about centrosome. As you can see in this diagram, what is a centrosome? It is a central structure, and this cell organelle is found in animal cells only. Means it is not found in plant cells and it is not having any membrane of its own. But it consists of two granule-like structures which are known as centrioles, and they are attached to one another, and these centrosomes, they are helping in the cell division in animal cells, and they help in the formation of spindles during the cell division process. Next cell organelle is the recapitulation of all these. So, let us recall the living parts of the cells are called organelles. Nucleus is the brain of the cell. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Lysosomes is the suicide bag of the cell. Plastid, it is also known as the food factories, and it is only present in plant cells, and centrosome is only present in animal cells. So students, here we are done with these organelles, and I hope that you understood the concept very well. Thank you very much.